Welcome everyone to another HPT recap, right? Today we're going to be talking about the week ending 8/2, that's August 2, 2024, right? This week, guys, it was a phenomenal week, but I'm so proud of the team because a lot of milestones were hit this week, right? We have traders passing some funded accounts. We have traders, putting in mega amounts of work, right? Like being extremely patient. I love seeing everyone on the team starting to get like more personal with their trade entries. They're really putting in a lot of work in defining their own approach, and it's really starting to show, right? So we're gonna be breaking down these trades, dude. It was a phenomenal week. Let's break right into it. Just bear
The
with.
part I also like to see, the part I also like to see really quick was, if people get stuck with a losing day, or a losing trade, it's not scaring them off. They still come back the next day. They still execute the edge, and the edge proves itself over time. That's what I saw in the Discord.
Yes.
It made me so happy.
Well, bro, there was, dude. I love that you bring that up, Darren, because there was a lot of days that were challenging. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
And if you didn't determine risk properly on one of those days, you would have been smoked. Like a big thing that used to happen to me and all traders is like, what day was it? Wednesday, right? Like if you threw all your buying power into Wednesday and you blew your account off, you would have been sick watching Thursday and Friday's price action. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yep.
Seeing traders learn to walk away from shitty days, shitty trades, and and then capitalize on the good days, bro. It's literally like it's amazing. It's really good.
Yeah, what that means to me is that, traders are fully accepting the risk, defining the risk, eating a loss, and then not getting hurt by it so they can come back the next day and execute the strategy. Like, just that alone is incredibly valuable.
Yeah. All right. So first thing I'm doing here real quick, guys, I'm labeling EOD. We're going to break right into Monday's price action, right? So I got EOD. I got PDH. Right, and once again, pint numbers, you guys know it. That's how we roll. We got EOD, we got PDH. Definitely played a mega roll right here. Okay, all right. So let me whip out the 5 minute. Been trading a lot of 2 minute price action. It's definitely helped me with entries and exits, etc. Right, so you're gonna see here, right? Monday morning, price action opened up. Let me give me 1 second here. Okay, so let me go back to that 1 hour, right? And I just made a video on this, right? The 1 hour helps you define the context, right? So trading is much like storytelling. It's much like communication. Until you can understand the context, you're not going to have the best understanding of the market, right? Like you need to understand what's happening on a larger time frame to make the decisions you have to make, right? So like first thing I was watching going into Monday was this, right? Larger time frame break and retest, right? You guys already know it. This is what the pre-market plan looks like almost every day, right? Where is supply? Where's demand, right? And what do I need to see at this level to determine my plan of action, right? So I wasn't comfortable longing the market until we got above 548. Right. But if you look at how we're approaching this level, it does look like somewhat bullish. We're above the 50. But this level right here, this 54747 level was critical, right? So you're gonna see once price opened up here, in pre-market too, we rejected this level. Love seeing that. So now at this point, I'm looking for strength, and this is very similar to the trade we took on Friday. If buyers are going to take this, I want to see them hold the 50, but more importantly, they got to hold PDH. And you're going to see we couldn't hold PDH. We break down, we drop down. Let me whip out that 2 minute. Because how I do this, right, is once that larger time frame story starts playing out, now I'm looking for my entry. Right? Buyers fell that open print, couldn't hold. We failed at the 50. Notice here, we're coming up. We're getting a clean retest right here of the EMA cloud on the 5 minute. Price comes up. We get our little GBI right here. All right? This is going to be my short entry. Once we blow past this, first targeting EOD and my stop is going to be in this scenario above that 50 on the 2 minute. And this is where like me and Dan were talking about it on Friday. Like, you have to use, if you're using that 2 minute, you have to use that 5 minute as well, right? Otherwise, you might get shooken out of some plays that you don't really want to get shooken out of, right? Because you can see over here on the 5 minute price, it continued to hold the cloud, it continued to hold the trend very well, and we rejected that 50 very well too. So we got a nice move down here, down below EOD, right? So using that context is really gonna help you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this trade was fairly simple. It's just a supply zone from higher time frames.
Yeah.
We saw a rejection in pre-market. We had previous day highs sitting right inside that supply zone. Then we saw a lower high.
Yeah.
A lower high from the pre-market high.
Yep, right here.
Out of a supply zone. Yep. And then we saw conditions shift. Tried to break above that 50, and I'll be honest, it looked like we were gonna break through that supply zone.
Yeah.
I will not take it long until that supply zone is broken.
Yeah.
And what happened? We waited for a couple more candles, and bam, sellers came back in. So that's telling me, all right, my pre-market plan still intact for seeing those sellers come in. Now I can play, with the selling pressure until targets are hit.
Yeah. Bro, and like, it's so crazy, like this setup right here that we're seeing, dude, this is like my go-to now, right? Like, where I used to be afraid to short into EOD, now this is like, this story, this is like, once buyers lost that 50, Darren, that's what I love about the 50, bro. Like it, okay, if a side holds the 50, that's great, but if they lose the 50, that's just as good. I just need to be able to determine, using contacts, which way that's going to go, right? And like, yeah, dude, buyers losing that 50, losing open print right there. That was a perfect entry short off open print. I mean, dude, look at that. It was just textbook, bro. Open print right there, break, come down, retest, reject. The 5 minute shows it great too. Like, look at, straight out of Todd's handbook right here. When this candle wipes the bottom of this candle, that's what we call a GBI, right? Green bar, straight up ignored. You short this bad boy, and you're going to put your stop right above the GBI. Bam.
Yep.
That's it right
it's
there.
It's just this trade, if you analyzed higher time frames, even just a little bit in pre-market, this trade made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And also, I held some runners past end of day. And the reason, so I had scaled out of 60% of my position as soon as we wicked down into end of day.
Yeah.
And then I held, I held more of my contracts until we came down to the supply zone from previous day. And I think, honestly, to me, I think it was a pretty clear zone. It came from Friday. I don't know if you can zoom out a little bit, maybe on the 5 minute, and you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, look, wait. Right here, ready? Look, I'll whip it on the 1 hour. It did bring me back a little bit. But yeah, look, we got, hold on, right here. That's Friday's level, right here, 547. And then Thursday's level too. Look at that, these two, boom, boom.
Well, I'm talking about a downside target.
Okay, yeah, right
zone.
Here.
There's a little zone.
54267.
Yeah.
Money shot.
Yeah, exactly. That's where we wicked down into, and looking back, I was thinking about a trend break on higher time frames, which is why I had 2 contracts that I left on. I did not take my whole position at that level. I had the remainder of my 2 contracts, and I let them run until we broke back above the cloud on the 5 minute time frame, and that's when I scaled out of the remainder of my position, the last 2 contracts.
Another thing I want to show right here is look at how far we got from that 9 DEMA on the 1 hour, right? Very extended. Like this will really help me. Friday I took a short play and I was looking back at it. I shouldn't have took it. When we get very extended from this 9 DEMA on the 1 hour, you have to, think of what a reversal into that is going to look like, right? It's just, I love seeing it because, just keeping my eye on that 1 hour does me so much justice. But, yeah, that was Monday right there. Your boy was at Old Forge. And
Oh,
yeah,
damn.
yeah.
That's right. I forgot.
Your boy, yeah, I thought it was, dude. I thought it was so much longer, but yeah, I was at Old Forge right there. I was literally, packing up my tent.
Beautiful up there.
Yeah. Oh my god, bro. It was so sick. But I was packing up my tent and I seen the OP rejection. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Did you have service out there?
Yeah, dude, perfect.
Bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking about you. I was thinking about you camping out there, getting notifications, from the
HVT.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I was loving it, dude, and it made it so much better to see the team just fucking killing it. I was like, bro, this is like the definition of like why we started this, bro. I was like, dude, you got the team out here just murdering the market. I'm over here packing up my tent, cooking eggs on an open fire, shorting open print, and I'm just like, bro, this is fucking life right here, dude. I've been waiting for this moment. So
that's great.
Next Tuesday, I had one of the most phenomenal trades. I love Tuesday's price action because if you trade the pit numbers, Tuesday blew your mind away. Because every pit number was just, look at this. It's disgusting, bro. Look at previous day high, rejection. Look at open print, bro. Ready? Look at this, bro. This is disgusting. Rejection. Look at end of day. Bro, this is where I shorted the market on Tuesday. Bro, beautiful rejection. Oh, and if PDL didn't, look, bro, perfect break, perfect retest. Bro, this was disgusting. This price action was absolutely disgusting. And like, what I want to point out here, right, is what the 2 minutes kind of done for me in these market conditions, right? Because these candles, bro, they move, they fluctuate so much now. It like started last week. But like this price action, bro, this candle, I mean, the range on this candle alone is $2.50, bro. Oh, right. Like this is a $2.50 5-minute candle, right? Like these random candles are around $1, right? So like when determining risk, you have to be on point, right? So just to run through price action, I mean, price literally comes up into that level. I'm gonna whip out the 15. I mean, bro, this was insane. Where is it? Right here. We get a very clean rejection here off PDH and start to sell off. But we're above the 50. I still consider this somewhat bullish. But remember that 1 hour time frame is telling you break and retest to the downside. I was driving home, so I wasn't able to capitalize on the morning. But once I got to my computer, I was right around this time right here, around 10:38, like 10:40, and we were coming into end of day, right? So I remember I looked at the Discord and I was like, damn, dude, what a morning, right? I was like, this thing's selling off, right? Like we've already made a $3 move to the downside, almost $4. And I'm like, okay, well, we're coming in end of day, right? I was like, how are we approaching end of day? The market looked like this on the 1 hour, right? I'm like, how are we approaching end of day? And I looked at the 1 hour and I'm like, specifically, I'm going, dude, look at how candles were not extended from the 9, right? Like we're hugging the 9D EMA. We're crossing the 50, and the 9 and the 20, the EMA cloud, are also making a cross. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, if I could get a clean setup here, I'm shorting down to PDL, right? PDL was also pre-market levels. I was like, dude, I have to take this if it presents. So I ended up shorting the market on this candle right here, right? So, this guy right at 1056, right? It was a beautiful entry, but you'll notice we rip right up into end of day right here. I got the 5-minute up too, right? So also notice the trend here on the 5-minute. We're hugging the 9. We're not extended. Notice here, when we're extended, we get the pullback, right? So like, I'm weighing all this in my mind. I'm like, I don't want to short this when we're very extended. And I was like, okay, when the 2-minute presents the GBI, I'm going to take it short. So we rip into end of day. This one initially wiped out this green candle, so that would have been a great short play as well. But I was a little hesitant right there. And then God was, gracious enough to give me another beautiful entry right here where we got another green bar. This is where you guys seen this before. This is my risk, right? So this green candle becomes my risk. And so I enter short once we break the bottom of it, stop above it. And this thing, it was insane. It was like, it just sold off so fast. It was disgusting how fast this thing sold off, bro. And the way it just shattered through PDL, I mean, it was remarkable. I didn't capture the whole move. I was had somebody distracting me, and I ended up exiting this trade not super quick, but it was insane just how quick this thing sold off, bro. And it was wild how, I mean, look at it on the 5 minute, bro.
Yeah.
Look at this candle.
My God, yo, how far did you zoom in?
I was wondering who would notice that. Look at this thing. But
Holy
no, it was.
That's basically how it looked.
Yeah.
That's basically how it looked. I mean, if you were zoomed in.
Yeah.
Nah, dude, it's just this day was.
Yeah.
This day was phenomenal. Exactly the same supply zone.
Yep.
You know, exactly the same supply zone we traded off Monday. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and exactly the same criteria.
Look
you
at
know,
that.
if we see sellers still show up in that zone, I'm gonna trade with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I got short on this trade. I only held it down. You know, like not even to end of. Wait, did I hold it to end of day? I held it just past end of day.
Oh, so
just past end of day.
You shorted OP?
Dude, I got out so quick. Sorry, I don't have my pit numbers up on this
Oh,
day,
okay.
but
That's okay.
Yes, I shorted that candle off of OP.
look at
I
that.
shorted,
And
and then I had that little wick back into OP.
right here.
Actually, I shorted before. I shorted on that candle that we broke in, and then I held through that little bit of drawdown with my
Nice.
stop above that candle.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the rest was history.
Trading the criteria. I mean, it's another thing I've been doing, guys, and I think we talked about it last time. It's very important. When you're screenshotting your trades, I highly recommend screenshotting your entry. Right. So when I posted this in my trading log, this is what it looked like. I'm like, okay, this is my short play. I'm shorting this candle. This is what it looks like when I'm entering the market short. Like this, right? Like the old Josh would be like, dude, what? This thing's going to reverse. It's going to reverse. Don't miss the reversal. Well, that's not highly probable, right? Ask yourself, what's being defended? PDH, open print, end of day. How is it being defended? Does this right here, this price action right here on the right-hand side, does this look like strength from buyers? Does this look bullish? No, it doesn't. So I do not go long. I do not predict. I do not assume. I do not, falsely believe that out of nowhere I'm going to capture the best entry on a long today just because I'm that guy. No, I go, nope, I'm going to short this because that's weak. I'm going to put my stop above AOD. The strategy tells me critical level to critical level. So fuck it. Let's get in. Bam. This thing sunk, dude. It was unbelievable. And then another one off PDL. I got back in the market on this this red candle right here. Once again, when you get the GBI and captured a nice little short play too down to here, bro. It was a disgusting day. Was that? Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure something.
Yeah, I could have done better this day holding runners. I can't remember. I think I had something going on where I basically captured a certain move, and I was like, all right, I realize I have distractions, and so I'm gonna basically cover my ass by just taking this position.
Yeah.
And I feel like some days you're just gonna have other things going on.
Yeah, and that's
I don't know. I took the profit too early, and then I just watched it sink for the rest of the day. But I watched the team catch the trade, which was like an equally awesome thing to watch.
Yeah, I agree. And there is some days like that, Debo, for sure. I like seeing us raise the awareness to it, right? Like, and it's fine, right? If the market gives us our equation, we got to take it. Going into Wednesday, Wednesday was trash. I did not. Let me see here. What did I do? Let me whip out the journal.
Powell was on the mic, so.
Oh
so
yeah.
That's why.
This day was garbage. I didn't make. I made one move. Where was it? It was off the 50 EMA. So I made one long this day. It was right here. I entered really small size here. I was looking for a larger move to the upside, but I liked how price came into here at the 50 EMA. I took the market long, had a stop right here at 550. My first target was 551. If anybody was watching price action around 551, they knew that this was definitely an area that like it was a wall. So this was my first upside target. I scaled up out here at the top and then got stomped out on the rest, and then I did not trade for the rest of the day. So, Darren brought this up to me, and I really want to communicate it with the team. If I don't want to label all news days as bad, no trading, but if you're not feeling, if you don't like the way price is when Powell talks, don't trade. If you don't like how certain news affects the market and you find yourself forcing setups, don't trade, right? Like, become really clear on what sort of conditions you want to trade, because days like this could cost you a lot of money, if not your whole account, just because you want to satisfy your itch. You know what I'm saying? Like learn to let go of the itch. Like, just learn to let go of it. It's, one thing I did like, though, was this break and retest here off PDH, but I missed it.
Yeah, I just think the most important thing is to ask yourself, okay, on a balance of probabilities, is my edge going to work out?
Yes.
Eat the same on news days as any other day. And if the answer is no, if the probabilities are more shifted against you and they're not in your favor, then that's a perfect day to just not trade the market.
Yeah.
And the good thing is, it's a news day, so you're not just guessing, oh, I don't like price action this day.
Right.
You're saying it is a news day this day. I'm always speaking. I know some crazy shit happens, and the market can do the opposite of what you think.
Yeah,
or
right.
Just completely disrespect your strategy.
Right.
It's a news day, so could you make money that day?
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But if there's any day of the month where you want to protect your mind, make it a day when Powell is speaking.
Correct.
And you're just gonna protect yourself over the long term. And all right, what happens if you get a winning trade on a news day?
Yeah.
What happens? Let's say you make a big trade.
Yep.
What are you gonna do the next news day?
Yeah.
Your mind is gonna be like, oh, I made lots of money last news day. I'm gonna trade this news day.
Do it again.
And then you get smoked.
Yep.
And then you're sitting in your journal and you're saying, the reason I lost is because I drew the supply zone in the wrong place. It's like, no, dummy. The reason is because you never should have traded on news days in the first place.
It's so true.
Like, it's just like, I don't know. At least for me, it's just, you might as well protect yourself. Don't trade on news days, and I think you're going to be better off. But, if you do decide to trade on news days, please trade smaller size.
Yeah.
Don't trade trade smaller size and just be ready to walk away if it doesn't work out for you. That's just my 2 cents on it, and whatever. I didn't place any trades on.
Yeah.
None. I just watched price all day.
I like what you said about how it's going to affect your mind. It's very important. I've traded a lot of news days. I made a lot of money on news days, and I've given a lot of money back. And one thing I can tell you is there's no amount of money that's worth skewing the way I view my strategy. My strategy is my main way to become successful. It is the way I view my strategy determines my confidence, my conviction, my control, my patience. It determines everything. The way I view what I think works is the leading factor in our success in this game. It is your only gift you have. It's the only thing that can give you what you want to accomplish in this game, is your perception of your strategy. So if you, like Darren said, if you want to pick a day where the opposite thing can happen for no reason, just because some old ass dude on a mic is talking shit, right? If you want to roll that dice on your strategy, that's on you, and that's really all there is to it. Thanks, Darren, for kind of shedding light on that and that view, because that helped me.
Sorry if I got a bit heated. It's just
it helped me. It really helped me as well to stop viewing it as like, oh yeah, it's gonna be fun today. Let's see what Powell says, and yeah, it's like, dude, yeah. You're gonna take a trade, and if it goes against you, it's gonna dilute your view of the strategy. So,
Yep, well said.
Next day though, right? This day was one of my larger days this year. I literally had a 198% return on this short play. It was insane.
Come on.
Yeah, bro. And I literally, it was an SPX trade. I bought contracts relatively out of the money, and not super bad. But the return on these SPX cons were ridiculous, and I want to break it down. So, main thing here is this level 54738, right? This was the level we had previously. What we're viewing here on the left hand side is a bullish chart pattern. So if price can come into 54738, I'm bullish off this level. But if we get weakness at this level, guys, I've seen this happen so many times. If this chart pattern gets invalidated, if sellers smoke this at 548, this thing's gonna sink, and it has an extremely high probability of sinking all the way down to this day's end of day. And dude, that's literally what happened, right? So like I had a couple different downside targets here. My first one was this 54266 based on market structure. And so when I seen this level snap at 548, I was like, dude, it's game on. I was like, this is what the market looked like when I was getting ready, when I shorted it. And I was like, dude, okay, what's my 1 hour look like? I was like, because if this level can't hold, this thing has a lot of, and the volume was there, everything was there. I was like, this thing can really make this move, right? And I want you guys to look at what the 9 looks like on the 1 hour. It's literally hugging it. So like, this is one of my leading factors to entering trades is the 1 hour 9 DEMA, right? Because it's going to help you determine if it's going to consolidate. If price is going to consolidate, you're going to be a bit extended. If price is going to continue to sink, like on this candle, look where the 1 hour 9 is, right? Like, these are really important tools here that gave me the conviction here to enter the market short on this candle, right? So you're going to see here, where was she at? Price rips right into the cloud on the 2 minute. I'm looking for a GBI here, right? I'm looking for a green bar to get ignored at this supply zone, which was demand. Notice the beautiful break and retest off this level right here. Buyers just couldn't get above it. So now I need an entry, right? At this point, I'm like, dude, I got a target all the way down here. I need to get in this thing short, right? So price literally, I get my GBI right here. I start to identify weakness. I enter the market short. My stop's going to be right above 547, or maybe this candle right here at 54664. And literally entered short, and this thing just sunk, dude. So the way I traded this, my first trade was from here, and I got out of the market right here, right? So, and this is another thing too with that I like to use the RBI and GBIs for, is entries and exits, right? Because like when I'm entering the market on this, I'm gonna take the market down, and I'm gonna snag a nice little return right here. And now at this point, when this candle is wiping out the top of this, trading SPX contracts, I don't want to hold through this, right? Because I'm looking at the 1 hour and I'm like, okay, I mean, we could potentially come all the way back up to the cloud. I don't want that. So then that was my first trade. And then my banging trade happened on this candle right here. And then just towards, the end of the day, SPX 0 day cons, this thing started, when this sunk off down right here, these contracts just skyrocketed. Right, so it was just an amazing trade to the downside. I ended up getting out of this trade. The highest point I was up 198%. I ended up closing it for like $1.30 on this candle right here once we wiped the top of this out. But just using basic 2 minute RBIs and GBIs to help with entries really helped me on this day, because I missed the whole morning too. I wasn't able to get in anything in the morning. So it was really nice. I was able to adapt really well here.
I mean, I